Okay, it looks like that my headset is busted, so let's check out if the quality is some sort of functional, or if I just should leave it without a mic. Which is pretty sad. Well, but it looks like the mic's still working, so... Cool. Alright, we can leave this on. That's okay, that's cool. Well, Emil and Dila, yeah, you are really, really early. Yeah, way earlier than myself. Okay, cool. Nice. How are you today? I hope all is good. Oops. Wrong menu. Over here. So I'm tired. My day was very long, but through the day I had some interesting ideas for my starting room, and I want to do this today. So no, everything's just fine. I mean, I will not stream too long or play too long today, but yeah, to relax, just build a bit. So what we need is the small plank, this one. And we place it more likely. No, not connecting. So let's start with the ground. So, oops, but this is this. True, fails, everything fails. But static it should be. Classic textures. I want to make it more like this. Some else good in dark first. Let's see. Huh? Yeah, the campaign can be very inspiring for making maps. And I also like the preset modules you get. There are so many nice ones, and you can make so many cool things with them, even without changing too much of it. The most important thing is that there is some sort of interesting way through the whole thing, and place some props for detailing, so that not every room looks the same if you connect too many floors or something like that together. And yeah, then always try your map. So even if there is nothing big on gameplay or something like that, after every step you do, just give it a short try, and most likely you will see what you should or could do at next, and something like that. So, and it is, I like mapping. It's very enjoyable. It's like drawing a picture or something like that. So, and it's always fun to walk through the thing you made, even though it's nothing special. Sometimes the small and easy things are way better than two big projects, especially at the beginning. My first map was just an escape map in a way, and I tried to work a bit with the lighting and stuff, or with the encounters. Some trigger here, some change of the lighting and stuff like that, or some explosions, making something like that. So, or play with the music around, so if you walk through the floor, it's a lower tune, and then the fight begins, and automatically you combine some combat variant to it, and it really fast feels like something playable and enjoyable. And the process, the way to create is very enjoyable for yourself. That's for me it is. That's something like I'm making maps for 2 years now, nearly. So, and I'm still can't get rid of it. So. Yeah, like I said, for yourself it will get very special, and like you will like it for very soon, by step by step. That's the main thing. Before I really published maps, I experimented around a lot with stuff, and yeah, of course, due to YouTube and the community, which was growing and growing, it was, yeah, it changed in a positive way, of course. The more feedback you get, the more you can improve on your skills, for what depends on how playable your maps will be and stuff like that. Cause yeah, bug hunting is a thing. Yeah, you need people to play test and stuff, but like the community is still very solid, and there are many guys who really know what to do in this program. So, cause yeah, the core is, yeah, 1.5 years old, and knows from the first update to now what is possible and what is hard to pull off, or how you can prevent certain problems and stuff like that. And they are always are helpful. So if you ask around in some chats, like Justin's or other ones, that you will definitely get some good information when you have a certain problem, and that's not normally a good thing, which helps to enjoy this stuff. Why is this? Oh, no, that's true. That's true too. Display blocks the player too. I mean, custom geo is something special, and I really enjoy it the most in a way, because you can really build up what you want, but you have to look for many points to make it playable, or you have to know the mechanics to create stuff. So that's one point why I decided, okay, I'm building anyways, and why not broadcasting the whole thing, even so it's sometimes there's something productive, sometimes not. It depends on my date, on my concentration and stuff. But yeah, I don't care if the whole 3 hours or what I'm building are crap or not. So sometimes it is good, sometimes not, and maybe some people can learn about when they look at it and see what I do, or even can learn out of my mistakes I make while I'm building, which is more likely. So, but to see better, we change up to something different first. That way I can see where I am. So, but I need this size. It should be 982. Yes, that's the way. Well, here. So what? Oh, okay. That's the long side. So this should be 982. Yeah. That's 1038. Okay. Way too far, way too far. Okay, that's a bit, bit out of place, but I don't care right now. Just for the basic. Why it is so out of line? I don't know. meditator. Oh, just relaxing for 1 or 2 hours and try to build something I thought of over the day for some kind of starting room I could make for the classic one. But I don't think I'm getting too old today, because it was a fucking long, hard day at work, and yeah. But as long as I have this in mind, I will try something out, especially when it comes to color. And I want to make it basically that this is your starting place, and it will open up for few on few corners, so systematically with some waves, so until you get out of this first area or something like that, with many walls that will disappear, and yeah, maybe several floors, I don't know exactly, in a very black and red color combination. I've seen some stuff of what's it called, size. The size board is very red and black, and inspired me for the health stuff in Classic 10 and so on. And I do like it very much. And yeah, I need more trapdoors and stuff like that, so things that open up and enemies that come out instead of just spawning them or having them in the modules. And maybe check out if there are some floors. But I do not know how far I will get today with this. Well, we will see. If I would be earlier from work today, if I was earlier today, I kinda bit hyped for playing the Teufels Domain and Eye of Horus due to the Black World video he made. I have to say, I played it for, it has been quite a while, and even so I won't do a strictly high score run, I do really like to enjoy the arenas again. But yeah, for that, maybe at the weekend when I have more free time, cause yeah, I kinda wanna play them straight after each other. But that's not really possible under the week right now. But yeah, I hope to do this on the weekend. So. And maybe find some of the multipliers I never reached or found. I don't know. We will see. But it will be a hell of a ride for sure. And if I'm really, really good in good condition, I may hang the Psychotrona on the end, so for fine. I don't know. Yeah, the arena. Yeah, I'm not. The arena is good. The mechanics are good, but yeah, I don't know. I think Doom 2016 is not my. I'm no arena shooter anymore. I think this time is past for some reason. I don't know. I always enjoy arenas and stuff like that, but I'm I, to get good in it and something like that. I don't have the time, really the time to do so. That's the main thing. Even if I would, it's the practice time for me is too long and not really doable right now. And that's pretty sad. But yeah, maybe it will come in the future again. We will see. So as long as you guys produce stuff like this, I will always have the chance to play it once. Yeah. So it's always good to have stuff like this to try out. But it's like the arenas of Justin made, for example. So the totem and stuff, it is really good, but I'm way too bad, and till I have my tactics to solve this map, it drags on too long, and most of the time I get so many ideas when I play arena style maps, or nearly every map. That it's hard to concentrate on the maps instead of building something or try out something new with the logics. But if you're here right now, that's a good thing. I thought of something. When you look the watt width, for example, of Doom, you always will see that there are many new graphic mods for the lighting and stuff like that. And okay, we can't reproduce this in Snapmap, but yeah, I thought of something else, and I don't know if I should do this or not. Yeah. And what I'm talking of is I thought of using some FX on the props, and you get the fuck off me on the props and lighting on several lighting points, so which is not here right now. But wait a second, just to see more. Because I kinda like it. I mean, the sizes are exactly the same, so you see there is some sort of basic system behind it. And these bars have to be smaller. They are too massive. Die already. That's still an inch. It's to give it a kind of a bit more modern style. I like this room for example. And like I said, if there is red light, I leave there some spots too, and I mean, not every prop will get the effect, but I will place lights on these, for example. But especially the flames are kind of functional, I guess. You know, here, like here, you go down under the red, it will be red, and so on. Which is at least for the player a bit of a light change. Void Runner did it too, I've seen on the last map, so I do it sometimes, but sometimes I'm too lazy or forget again about it. Or here it's more like a bit more orange lines and stuff. I think this will work out a bit better. And here's the first, yeah, and he gives 200 the complete ammo and health. Maybe I will add not a point, a bit something with points, I don't know. And of course the text what it does, so the people don't be thinking they're just collecting some stupid toys without any meaning. Yeah, there will be many of them. I like them too, so, and due to the fact that you said you like them, I thought of why not pump full. That way I can open nearly every little corner just to reveal a secret. Or stuff like that. I think this could work out too. Some bit more effective than just the basic textures and stuff. I mean, I worked with the blood streams and stuff in Classic 5 or something like that, which is always some sort of nice touch due to the fact that the enemies are modern texture too, and the gun hand and so on. We shouldn't take this all too serious. Yeah, the most Doom guys, when I made them to secrets in the classic maps, had just a point bonus. I don't know how much, but most likely I gave them some points. Or they give you a bit of ammo sometimes or stuff like that, or you fill your health too, but most it was a point bonus, I guess. Or just that I could take the message the secret found it. That can be possible too, but because sometimes it's just for the finding of a little trinket. So yeah, I think I will, because I have so many resources left, even though I make big maps, that it's kind of sad, it's kind of a waste of resources if there is nothing to do. And these are some little effects. And maybe I will create a sound background in a way with some atmospheric sounds and stuff like that. I also worked for the modern map on the sound background. But after seeing what does not published freaky dreamish map, I hope you've seen it, with weird dimensional rooms in very awkward angles in which you can jump around and nearly fly around. This guy is so creative, I have to say. It's freaking awesome. I mean, one of my newest favorite Snapmap collectible is I have to say, I do not remember which map it was and which mapper too, but what I was thought is pretty awesome is, was it this one or was it this one? I think it was this one, and it was whoop. The tail I had. One of the best Snapmap collectibles ever. Collect 5 tailor hats. I don't remember which map it was, but it was freaking awesome. If you didn't bring it to something in life, yeah, you made it to one of the best Snapmap collectibles. The freaking tailor hat. And normally it has to give you a multiplier bonus, of course, that's for sure. If there is any sort of multiplier in the map, it has to be. The same as some special switch for Scylla should make the lights on or stuff like that. That's the main function a Cory has to do. I decided someday, if there is no use for a Cory, it at least should make the lights brighter. So. Okay. Yeah, I have one in the background I wanted to play. What's it called? This is some sort of boss fight arena like. There are a few, but I always be afraid it will drag on too long, and I'm not fit enough to play through in a decent way, so I was kind of surprised when I just streamed the random stuff out of the review queue with just simple but working maps, you can say, with nothing too fancy on it, but yeah, some easy zombie slashing and shooting in a not too overpowered way when it comes to the AI, because sometimes this pure button mashing and jump around and strafing and strafing and strafing, it can be very stressful. Even so, that is the main motivation for me to make a smooth, easy shooter everyone can play in every condition. So as long as that there aren't too many too easy, just frag everything away maps, I still have my corner in which I can place myself. But yeah, like I said, for the weekend especially, or it will be the weekend. I really want to play some quality long map with quality mechanics, so you really don't play every day. But more likely some I really know for now and can use them right. Or know what to deal next. So, for example, and I really want this. I'm very excited again for the mastermind fight, and but also the last arena of Teufel's Domain, which is really cool with all the jump pads and stuff, and it gets really tense to the end with Kane and all the waves and all the little hidden power. Well, they aren't hidden, but the continuous power abuse, which is really cool. I remember that very well and enjoyed it a lot. And it's long enough to say, okay, I will drag through all the story. Yeah, Direct Pantheon, genau. That's the map I've seen in a video and sort of playing too. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I've seen it on YouTube. Found his channel in between, and yeah. Yeah, that's exactly the point I saw too with the campaign and Snapmap. The campaign can be very inspiring for Snapmap in many ways, and now to this time I really enjoy the simpler mechanics and stuff of Snapmap more than the bit better programmed campaign when it comes to the flow of the weapons or the glory killing and stuff like that. Because even though you have the runes and so it kind of feels weird in some places. And Snapmap always gives you the possibility, if you like some little mechanic, don't like it in any way, you can try to change it. Or can talk to the mapper and make him maybe find a better way to work with some things and stuff like that. It's way more personal. I mean, that's one of the best parts of Snapmap, of course. Yeah, you take active part in the production and stuff, and yeah, even the bug hunting is can be very fun. So just to run through other one's map and try to find what you can find, and learn something for yourself, and yeah, just be part of some project is really nice. And I do not know what I do. I remember something. I remember something I wanted to try because it was a very nice decoration style. It shouldn't be. Oops. Too hard to pull off. Yeah, the campaign shouldn't be a big secret for anyone anymore. That's, but okay, the story isn't something. It's the gameplay and it's the fun you can have in the several levels, in the several missions, which makes it good. So it is not the deep story packed. It's more the atmosphere you play in than the story around. My thing is always when I'm playing in the first several USC levels, I find some little, some ceiling or some fence or something like that when I think, well, this is our texture we have in Snapmap. And okay, this is very small, but this is shaped like this and this and this, and I could build this for myself, but it will cost resources for days. But okay, we try it, and then I turn off that campaign and start again with Snapmap and try to recreate. Sometimes I even took screenshots to get a better view. That's when I made my USC levels, for example. I was kind of what's it called? I do not even know the German word for what I want to say. Oh, it's get late. Oh, it's really late. I should leave to talking to someone who is more able to talk. Holy. Oh. Oops, wrong one. I need not this, I need this. Yeah, the creativity is something. I mean, that's not any promotion for something, but I have one map, for example, where I messed around with several stuff, like some weird ideas, which is something you can basically do for the beginning. Even though you don't have make maps, you just can experiment around with the ideas you have in mind, or you've seen or heard of, and try to make something out of this. For example, I made a mistake on a map, for example, where I accidentally spawned constant enemies when you shot another enemy instead of when you kill him. And if you did that with a high fire rate weapon, the spawn rate grows rapidly to a very, very uncomfortable size. Or in the other maps, it felt like what Silla said. It felt like the clown car of imps. So, due to the fact that he said that, I thought, okay, let's make a clown car full of imps. Basically. And stuff, other stuff like this. For example, like you said before, when it comes to the typical Snapmap gimmicks given by the community, for example, like the white power cores are called Cory, and yeah, like I said, my biggest thing used for a Cory is to make the lights on when it's too dark. For example. And other things like that.
Take whatever supplies you need.
So like I said, this is basically my props and logics room, which was in one way, so you see it is very dark, so we have the Cory, of course, yeah. That is one thing, yeah. You make the writing visible as long as it lies on the ground, but when it is away, the writing is also away. These are the basic little mechanics, and you see here's light, so you make this power core and you can switch on the light. Where that's what you can try, and yeah. Or here's my clown car, yeah. And okay, I take my BFG for this, cause yeah, this is the concept found on the map Teufel's Domain, which combines this in a way, cause this is my clown car of imps and the Mancubite. But we can even go even further, cause all the imps in here. So of course, yeah, why not make it with the clown car of Baron? And for example, this BFG, you will lose this BFG when you shot once. If you do one kill, the BFG automatically will go away, so you can't overuse this BFG. For example, these are little mechanics I try to make, or the typical, we make fire damage, so you shoot on the enemy, if you hit him, and he will burn too, stuff like that. These are all little mechanics you can play around with, so for example. Do I have any other stupid weapon? No, of course not. Do I have money already? No, I don't have money to... Wait a second. Here we go.
Massacre.
So... Oh, there's still some going. Yeah. I can show off something when I try. I forgot how I connected the spawns on this. Yeah. Now? Okay, just the test inside here, that's good. Or for example, that was on the map Last of Doom, they made torches or light sticks you could use, for example. Yeah? This is here, and now with the... You can choose a button which you can... So here it's the user, it's my stick. I have this one here. That the light stick will glow in the dark. So you see it works for a shorter time. So when I go here in the perfect dark room, yeah, you see nothing. With the light, yeah, you can look around and technically find something what you couldn't see before. This is something which, when it comes to custom geo, you can work with it. But these are more little gimmicks and instead of very functional things for Doom Snapmaps. Of course, the pace of a Doom map is way higher. Of course, you can do the same with fire instead of this. So with the fire, it's like this, and yeah, you will always have your fire. See, it's just an effect used on you with a repeater and stuff like that. And yeah, you have to tweak it out a bit, but... Or there's the elevator styles, for example. Here, if you... I use several jump pads, and now when you... Oops, wrong button. Now when you jump, you can technically climb the wall. Because they got some jump pads, and now you give the player the feel as if he would climb up the wall. Of course, that way you can do an elevator too, with a nice sound, and you have the elevator. Or when you make it correct, you can do it like a ladder. So if there is no typical ladder, but this feels kind of like a ladder, just with jump pads. So these are all things you can try and experiment around. Like I said, I like my clown car frames. For that I just used another camera to make it more several effects and a little jump pad to make them jump out of it. It's a little Taylor head thing. He made the imps jump out of a grave on a part of his Teufels domain. So, and I liked it so much that in a way I combined it with the sheer thing, the clown car course. Demon came on this term, so. Even though the balance are more weird and dull. Yeah. And here, for example, is the basic here is which I used on afterwards in my Dreamer. The Dreamer is exactly a copy of this module, and the whole Dreamer is built around this little room because I wanted to use this little room in a map. So this was the beginning of the map of the Dreamer, in combination with the rebuild of the cockpit. But the Dreamer is an exact copy of this module with only this room. So, oh, full action. Few barons. Fluppy saw the ladder, yeah, I saw the ladder. Yeah. The thing is that's why I loaded it up in the Snap editor, I was so kind, so like I said, this is an official props use for, you can copy and paste everything out of a snap map by combination and can copy it into another map. That's the main reason, or the main thing I made this room in a way, cause also not that there is just the logic inside. Oh, I need more speed on the movement. Wow. No, I also light it up in the thing. This is the logic, for example, for the effects for the here you see fire mod. When you pick up this one, this is the logic completely, which makes every shot and every enemy when he gets hit by a shot of yours, that it lights up on the fire and gets the bonus damage due to the fire. Okay, the fire will switch from enemy to enemy you shoot and will not stay on all enemies, cause that would be a bit more complicated and I do not know how to implement this. But when the enemy dies, the fire will go out, and if you change it, you can also change it to normal and to another mod. I have different mods, and with this combination you can directly implement it. You have just to copy this and the pickups, and yeah, okay, this is when you pick up these. Also there's a change for this light. For example, when you pick the fire mod, there will be the fire, and if you hit the lightning, there will be a lightning. So you always see which mod is on. That's some play around. But yeah, there also the sound. And yeah, the same is with this is the logic, for example, for the BFG limitation. So if you pick up a BFG, you can kill one enemy, I think, before the BFG will disappear, but it's not based on the BFG. So if you have a BFG pick up and kill the enemy with another weapon, the BFG also will disappear from your inventory too. So that way you always have to pick up a new BFG and don't have the thing with the standard ammunition or something like that. This is a little shop where you can there's a value system, so the enemies will drop some money you can spend on these vendors, for example, to buy several stuff. And yeah, these are all really basic things you will come over, and so there is all for everything there is a way, and you just have to look around and read a bit in the menu what is, or here for example this is the input for so that you can make the lighter and stuff like that. This was the first thing I think I made here, or that here's the ladders, for example. So it's just the build of the ladder and then the launch pads. And here it is interesting how much speed you give. So this with 300, the speed is just enough you will reach when you push forward the next border of the next launch pad. So it will step for step will come to the next, so just by pushing upwards. But these, for example, have even less, so these you have to jump, for example, when you want this climbing one, you have to jump, because these have even more speed, but they are on the place in between is bigger, so you have to trigger the jump button, and you will go up. These are so close to each other and have so much power that you automatically will lift from one to the next. And that's how I made these elevator systems, for example. Or just prop builds, of course. Then I experimented around with the snow thingies and stuff when the first snow maps came out last year, I guess. So the snow thing is nothing new. I mean, Taylor made it very special on his horrors. Even so, the background sounds in the first fight are a bit too rough for my taste when I remember it. Yeah, here is fixed. And the good thing here is, yeah, this is placed hand by hand. I placed, okay, I copied something. These are all quarters placed to each other. And for example, in the dreamer, I just went here. These are 50 on 50, but you can do, for example, you can say, okay, I want different shades here. And now you can copy this basic room and then say, okay, every second is just 30, for example, so every black. And then you go and just resize them to your wish, and you have a symmetric pattern on your floor, all aligned nicely to each other. And of course you can say, but I want to frame them to and I want to have this, of course, in another color. And there you go, you can go nuts with the whole variations. Even the ceiling, there's a ceiling over the one room with, what's it called, with a fence or something like that. It's made the same way. I just made the length of these in a certain way and just splitted it up, so, and deleted in between and so on, and you can really go nuts. It's much work, but if you have such a basic to work with, so you just go here, say, okay, I want to resize it. I can easily take it, copy it, even though I copy too much right now, but that's not a problem. Like I said, just take it. Oops. Yeah. So this is too much. This is too much. So, and like I said, the best thing is you copy and paste. For example, to say, okay, I have these I want to use in my map, in another map. And then you can just here go and copy, and now the selection is saved. So if I now when I leave the map, I can just go to the next map, and here, and then I have the option with paste in the left corner, which I can use in every other map too, and just paste it, or duplicate it in the same map, of course. And with that, you can go nuts with every prop you see in a map. You can technically scan it for yourself and try to copy and paste it out of a room, and there is much possibilities. If you are not able to pull something off for yourself, or you want to try it in a separate room without using the whole map of someone else. So if you just copy and paste stuff out, you will be still the main author of the map. Not if you try to build in another one's map, there will always an original author. Taylor, for example, made a very clean room with skyboxes and stuff like that. But if you would use this, the original author always would be Taylor had, because yeah, you based it on this basic module, for example, which can be kind of irritating, because okay, when you are known to the community, there is no problem, but otherwise it comes out very fast if you lend a map of someone else. I mean, I found 2 or 3 other maps, even my maps with other name, but all the same text and stuff like that, and just made it for someone else's map in the review queue, when I thought, okay, it's a nice toxic jump, but it's exactly mine with another name, so what can you say? I mean, that's no problem. I don't get money for it, and it's nice when someone likes your stuff so much that that he tries to copy it and use it for himself. And everything I built, everything I made is free for use. I always said it. I especially made this room. So if you need something out of a map of mine, yeah, just take it, cause I'm kind of glad when I would see stuff of me in another map, so cause people like it and want it in their maps too. It's like reusing stuff you made in other maps, for example. It gives it a bit more personality when you revisit a special area or revisit special enemies, for example, even when it's just a name. It's like the cane in the map of Taylorhead, for example. You get some sort of connection to Cain in a way when you play Teufels Domain and Iophorus, because it drags on so long and he always is helpful. Yeah, it's not often that a computer assistant is so helpful like Cain, for example. That's one of the main charming points of the maps of Taylor, for example. And I feel so thin, I think I could slip through the gates. This should be on a t-shirt or something like that. Yeah, and I think it's nearly 12, so it's way midnight. I will finish up tour today, and yeah, we will see tomorrow maybe, and have a good time all together, and nice that you're here on the channel. Always a pleasure. See you guys. Bye bye.